Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Cornbread Trucker here, coming to you from Holiday, Tennessee at the Loves Travel Center. Just got in here doing a 30-minute break. By the way, this is actually a pretty nice Loves if you're ever over this way. The store's really nice inside. It's a little bigger than a lot of the Loves out there. Matter of fact, I'm not going to say it has a lot more parking, but it does have more parking than probably many of the Loves. Probably about, I think I've seen a few that's got some bigger parking. But anyways, definitely, you know, a decent place to stop. So, wanted to kind of talk a little bit about this morning's, or what is this, the 20th? I guess to say January 20th driver meeting and PC. And before I really get going on it, last night I was just kind of scrolling through YouTube and seen a video. I may not pronounce this right. Meta Trucker. I've watched a few of his videos. He had received apparently an email and a photo of an email sent out, a message sent out over OmniTrack's fleet manager, or we've all seen them, about PC. And he had mentioned that apparently Warner has done away with their PC option for them. I don't know that to be a fact. That's just what he had stated in his video. And then he went on to kind of read into the message that in the email that he had received about Prime and its PC. And of course, this morning in the drivers meeting, you know, they brought the PC back up. Now he kind of thought maybe they were just totally shutting it off, and I from what I understand, I think in the fleets that they're testing, they shut it off, and then you have to call in to logs, explain to them what you're wanting to use it for. They make sure that that's a legal use for it, and then they turn it on. And today in the meeting, they talked about they're going to add 3 more, they're going to add 3 lease fleets to this. They did not feel that the call volume was too high with the 3 test fleets company trucks. Now, I know we all have different opinions on that, and I honestly hope that my fleet is not one of the lease fleets to be part of this test. However, I do understand where Prime's coming from. I kind of feel like I would go about it a different way, but I don't know how much of an impact it's had on Prime. But they seem to be taking it pretty serious. So in the end, we're gonna, we'll have to live with whatever they choose to do, or you go to another company or whatever. But one of the questions I had that didn't quite get answered, somebody had kind of mentioned this scenario, but she didn't quite answer the question. I don't think necessarily to the way that he had worded his question, but they had brought up many times that they had said they didn't feel like there was too many calls coming in. That it, with just the 3 fleets, or company fleets. And I get that there wasn't a lot of calls. But my question is, how much longer, or how long was drivers waiting on those calls? waiting for somebody to answer them, to get to pick up the phone and then give them an answer. I personally feel like, we're adults, and if somebody's going to abuse it, then take it away from them. But I kind of get the sense that they feel that they can't teach it, apparently, in the logs class, how to use PC, and so therefore they're not going to be able to keep up. It's still going to be getting abused from people that maybe had it and abused it before. I get it. There's a lot of turnaround in trucking. Prime's primarily, a training company. So they bring a lot of new people in, and there's that constant flow. And so apparently they feel like they haven't been able to get that point across. And so they're going to have to manage it this way. I will say at least they're trying to figure out a way that we can still use it and not just totally shut it off and not give us that option. So I am grateful for that. But I personally feel like if you abuse it, then just, take it away from them for, maybe 3 months. And if they abuse it again, take it away from them for a year. And I guess if you abuse it again, then just fire them, because they obviously they're not getting the message, the point. But I don't know. I'd like to kind of see what your thoughts are on that. I'm pretty sure a lot of you probably feel the same way I do about it. I know right now, just trying to call in, and I don't call logs often, but I've called them and been on hold, and I know they're looking at whether they have to, and they have some other phone lines, but do they need to man things differently and stuff? But if my thought is, if they haven't manned the phones properly for, you go to do a depart call and you're on hold for, and it's not as bad now, but if you're on hold for 15, 20, 30 minutes, so you're gonna have, that wasn't manned properly. Honestly, I just sometimes don't feel like road assistance is manned properly. Or I shouldn't say manned, but having plenty of personnel to answer the phone calls. So I think the road assist crew, I think they're pretty busy, and they're not staffed. Maybe that's the word I need to be using. They're not staffed, maybe to the extent that I think they should be. And so my fear is, if we have to call in, that's what we're going to be dealing with. And somebody brought up about, well, if you're fueling and doing your post-trip inspection while you fuel, using PC to go and park, and then having to wait for them to authorize it, make that phone call and authorize it. I mean, my thought on that one was, well, you just, what you're going to do. You're about ready to get there. You're going to fuel. So call ahead of time and get that authorized. So, but we'll just have to see how this goes. Definitely would like to kind of hear back from you. Give me your thoughts. Probably going to do maybe another video later on this evening, maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure, but on a couple other topics. But I wanted to get this one out and get your thoughts on it. There was another subject that was talked about, and I can't think about what it was at the moment. If any of you kind of remember the meeting, just kind of maybe shoot me a message on it. But that's really about all I have for now. So we'll catch you, like I said, I'll do another one tonight or tomorrow, but I'll get another video out on a couple other things, and we'll go from there. All right, you guys be safe and have a good one.